It's nice and big.
Hmm.
Got you. Okay, well, it should be working any second now. It's like redirecting or whatever. So it should be live. We are live. Nice. Well, it is so good to see all of you. I'm really glad y'all are here. We all made it. We're almost done the week. It's happening. Well, welcome to the Womb Room's free Thursday night prenatal class. I am Jess, and I love teaching this class. I love teaching prenatal people, pregnant people. I love teaching yoga. I'm a yoga therapist. I have my master's in yoga therapy, and I'm a doula. I love being here. I love working with you all on connecting with your bodies during this really incredible, transformative time in your life. Before we get started into the movement, into the breathing, into the practice, I would love to know a little bit about each of you. So if you are comfortable, you can come off of mute and introduce yourself. You can even turn on your camera if you feel comfortable and introduce yourself, say how many weeks pregnant you are, and what you want from today's class. What can I make sure that I can provide in this class that you leave feeling however it is that you need to feel leaving this class?
Okay, well, my name is Tiffany. I am about 27 weeks pregnant. It's my first pregnancy. So
Congrats.
thank you. I really just, for me, as far as what I want to learn is not only just centering myself, but stretching a little better and just getting ready to open up my pelvic floor so I can get ready for vaginal delivery, because that's what I intend on doing.
Nice. I'm sure you can do it. Yeah. Um, barring any extreme circumstances. But that's amazing. We can definitely work on that. I love teaching yoga for labor prep. I think yoga has a lot to offer for that, especially with like pain coping skills and getting to know yourself a little bit, because in those intense moments, you really learn a lot about yourself. And if you haven't met that part of you before, it can be a little intimidating. So we could do a little bit of that today. Pelvic floor opening and some connection to self.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie. I'm 37 weeks pregnant. I'm having a girl. She's face down, but I'm not dilated, so I'm hoping to get some help with pelvic floor and labor and delivery.
Nice. We can definitely work on that. Is this your first baby?
Yeah,
Nice. I hope somebody has told you this, but first babies usually come in the 41st week. So,
that's I did hear that, but my sister was a first time mom and she had it at 39 and my mom at 38, so I'm hoping.
yeah. Yeah, it happens. And those last weeks aren't for the faint of heart. I know. My little boy was 41. He was born 41 and 3, and he was a big boy.
So for my doctors, if I reach 41, they induce me exactly at 41-1.
Are you talking to any of the doulas at the womb room?
No, I'm not.
They're excellent. I highly recommend even just setting up like a consultation. I think they do that too.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else want to introduce themselves and say what they'd like to have from today's class?
Hi, I'm Bridget, and I think I'm 37 and a half, 38 weeks pregnant, first time through. And yeah, I think the pelvic floor opening sounds great, and anything calming is good. I watched your video last week and it was calming. So it's like, okay, I'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to have a nice mix of both. And being pregnant right now is a little bit tricky. So it's always nice to calm our nervous systems down. I'm glad you're here, Bridget. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Andrea.
Hi.
This is my first baby pregnancy. 34 weeks. And I would like to learn some breathing techniques for the delivery day.
Nice. Yeah, we can definitely do some breathing for sure. I'm glad you're here. Anybody else? Is anybody missing from that? All right, so we're going to get started. We always get started in this class lying down on our left side. It's a really good position to lay in, gives baby some indication to turn their back just a little bit to the left so that they're in a nice position to be born. So go ahead and get yourself set up laying on your left side. If you have some pillows nearby, go ahead and grab them. You're going to want probably a pillow under your head, under the side of your head. You might want a pillow between your shins to keep your pelvis really neutral. You might even want a third pillow or a folded up blanket to place under your belly so that you feel a little bit supported if your baby is big or if you're towards the end of your pregnancy. So get yourself set up. I am going to adjust this a little bit. There we go. So getting yourself set up, laying on your left side. Nice and comfortable. Take your time to get set up. Then take your right hand to your belly, to your baby. Take a few moments to just let your breath move through your body. Big sighs out your mouth. 2 more breaths. As you're ready, you'll start to reach your right arm forward and then reach it up and take a nice big circle behind you, coming back forward. So you're opening up your chest a little bit as your arm comes back. Sorry, there's some really loud cars, like, I guess they're like souped up cars, I guess. I don't know much about cars, but sorry if they're really loud on your end. So take a couple more circles here. Good. And then as you're ready, very slowly you'll roll to your back. We're only going to be on our backs for just a second. We're going to lift up to a bridge pose. Press your feet down. Feel that groundedness. Engage your glutes to lift your pelvis. Think about lengthening your knees away from you and lifting baby up to your heart. So giving yourself that little lift here. That'll help strengthen your glutes a bit, lengthen your back, which might feel really good if you have been sitting a lot or just feeling like you have a little back tension. Take just one more breath here. Press down through your feet. A breath out. Slowly lower your hips and you'll roll over to your right side. I am gonna flip around so that I'm still facing y'all, but you don't have to face me. We're gonna do the same thing, so no surprises. Taking left hand to belly and just pause for a moment. Feel baby, feel your breath. Start to reach your left arm forward and start to take a big circle overhead and then all the way around. Just take a couple of these. If you find that you have any furniture in the way, if you can move out of the way of it, that's a great idea. If you have limited space like I do, just work with what you got. Soon we'll all be back in studio, in person, and it'll be wonderful. Last one, last circle. Good, and then gently roll over to your back one more time. We're gonna do one of those bridge lifts again, pressing feet down, pressing hands down, lifting your hips. Think about your whole front body getting longer, your knees reaching away, and then also your chest and your spine reaching back. Take 2 more breaths here. Think about how strong your glutes are. 1 more breath. Breath out. Slowly, slowly lower your hips. Gently roll over to one side and press yourself up into an easy seat. Coming to sitting all the way on your bottom, maybe coming to sit on one of the pillows that you have so that your knees, if they're up like this, your knees have a little bit more space to come closer to the ground. Take a couple shoulder rolls, head and neck. Big sigh. Nice. Go ahead and bring your left hand by your left side and push the floor away from you. Feeling this sense of strength and stability in your left shoulder. So you're not kind of floppy, but you've got this stability here. Right arm reaches by your right side, getting nice and long through your right arm. As you breathe in, right arm reaches up, take this big side body stretch. Really reaching your rib cage over to the right side, breathing into the right ribs. When we're pregnant, we start to lose space to breathe downward into the belly because baby is taking up space. But what's great is we have more flexibility in our joints and we can breathe a little wider into our side bodies. Take another breath here. A breath out. Breathe in, turn your chest up, reach your right arm back. Start to circle your right arm down to the earth. As you reach your right arm a little bit forward, keep it close to the floor, turn your chest over to the left. Right arm starts to lift up and then back. So taking these really big, broad circles at a nice, slow pace. Checking in with your body, with how this feels, the stability in your left arm. Good. The next time your right fingertips are reaching towards the floor behind you, ground your hand behind your right hip and start to lift your left arm up. Lift your heart, lift your chin, lengthen your throat. Take a big breath. And breath out, lower your hands, come back to the middle. Let's switch sides. Right hand to your right side, push the floor away from you, really strong in your right shoulder. So you're not flopping in, but you've got that steadiness. Left arm reaches by your left side. And as you're ready, breathe in, nice big side body bend. Take up space on your left side. Pausing here, again, breathing into your left ribs, using that extra space to breathe a little wider. Take 2 more breaths here. One more breath in, breath out. As you breathe in next, turn your chest up, reach your left arm behind you. Start to circle your left hand down toward the floor behind you, forward towards your left knee, and then over to your right knee as you reach it back up. So taking these wide circles with your left arm, really taking up that space here. And letting it be slow. If you notice yourself yawning or sighing or taking big swallows, those are all indications that your nervous system is relaxing, that your brain is calming down, that your body feels a little safer, a little calmer, a little more easeful. All great things to help labor get going, right? Good, and the next time your left arm reaches behind you toward the floor, connect your left hand to the floor behind your left hip and reach your right arm up. Chest pulls directly up, lift your chin, lengthen your throat. Take another big breath in, the breath out, and then come all the way back to center. We'll make our way to hands and knees, coming right into it. If your wrists are feeling uncomfortable, you can do a couple things. You can either come onto your fists. If you make a fist with your thumb out, keeping your wrist straight, you can do that, or you can come down onto your elbows. Both are great options. Neither is better than the other. I like to take the fist a lot. That just feels really good for my shoulders. So wherever you are, you're going to press down into the earth and feel your chest rise away from the floor. Hug your baby up to your heart so you're really strong in your center. As you're ready, your right leg is going to reach back, toes connected to the earth, long in your right leg. Slowly, slowly lift your right leg parallel to the floor. Nice and long in your back body. Hug baby up to heart. Take a big breath in, a breath out. Start to bend your right knee. Keep your right knee where it is, but point your toes up. We'll start to take some circles here. So right knee over to the right, up towards your right arm, down, and then back up again. So circling your right hip around, your right knee around. Good. Take your time. This is really good. Strengthening your outer hips is really valuable. Not only does it strengthen your body for labor, which is a very physical event, but it also alleviates tension in certain places in the pelvic floor and the lower belly, which helps baby find more room to come downward. You'll start to go the other way with these knee circles. You might start to feel a little heat building in your glute muscles, even in your shoulder muscles, and maybe even in your outer left hip. Totally normal. And the next time your right knee comes down, go ahead and let it land. Widen your knees. We'll take a little pause, hips to heels, forehead to the earth. 2 breaths here. Breathe into your back ribs, feeling them widen and lift up to the ceiling. A breath out. 1 more breath here. Let it go. And slowly, slowly wave back to hands and knees. Again, you can come onto your forearms or your wrists if you need a little, or your knuckles if your wrists need a break. Chest is buoyant, baby hugs up to heart, and start to slide your left heel back. Good, we're just warming up the pelvis here. Lift your left leg nice and long. Take a breath in. And then when you're ready, start to bend your left knee so toes point up. We'll take those circles, left knee out to the side, towards your left arm, down, and then back up. Taking a few more in this direction, going a little slower than you want to. So if you find yourself really starting to try to do it quickly, you might notice it gets a little easier, right? So slowing it down makes it more integrated. Really allows your inner thigh to open. Strengthening your outer hip can do that. Keep pressing through your left hand and your right hand too. Circle in the other direction. You might notice the other direction feels a little different. Totally normal. 2 more circles here. Noticing where your body feels warm. Good, and lower your left knee. Whew. Toes come towards each other, lower your hips, lower your chest. In child's pose, this pose that we're taking right now, you can always bring pillows underneath your chest if you would like to feel just a little bit more supported. 1 more big breath in, a breath out. Press your hands down, tuck your toes, and you'll start to reach your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Shake out your head, bend one knee, bend the other. Let your hips shift a little bit, your shoulders shimmy if you'd like. And then start to press your left foot down, bend your right knee, lift your right heel, and you can stay here, or maybe you start to lift your right leg up and back. Just a nice little lift here. And then you'll gently lower your right foot down. Press your right foot down, bend your left knee, lift your left heel, and maybe you start to lift your whole left leg. Again, if you want to keep your left leg down, you can. Take 1 more breath. And then slowly, slowly lower your left foot. As you're ready, walk your hands and feet towards each other, finding a nice wide-legged forward fold. Let your head hang, your belly hang. A big breath. Let it go. Super slow, unraveling all the way up to standing. Nice. Adjust yourself, get water if you need to. If you're feeling a little dizzy, come back down. No worries. You have a lot of extra blood moving through your body, so if you ever get dizzy, just take a little break, bring your head down. It's normal, but we know how to work with it, right? So stepping to the top of your mat whenever you're ready. As you're ready, breathing in, reach your arms up. And when you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and then sit your hips back like you're sitting in a high bar stool and leaning a little forward. Hug baby up to heart. Take a breath. Breath out. Breath in, reach up, arms lift, get nice and long here. Exhale, hands draw to chest, sit back in your chair. Let's do 2 more of those. Breathing in, lift. Exhale, coming down. Last one. Exhale. Pausing here. Press down through your right foot, lift your left heel. As you're ready, you're going to start to balance on your right foot, lifting your left knee. You can always hold onto a wall or a piece of furniture like a tall chair. But wherever you are, draw your inner thighs towards each other. Press your right foot down and feel a lift through your spine. Take another breath here. And as you're ready, super slow, left foot steps back, finding this high lunge. Right knee bends forward. Start to lean forward. You might widen your feet apart this way so that your right foot is a little more to the right, your left foot is a little more to the left. If that's what you need, take it. Take a big sigh. Arms come down by your sides. As you're ready, you'll breathe in, reach your arms up, lift your chest, bend your left knee. You should feel really strong in your left glute and really long in your left thigh. Exhale, arms sweep down, lean forward, straighten your left leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep your right leg exactly how it is. This should feel challenging. It should feel warm. Should feel like it's opening the front of your left hip and strengthening your glutes. So much of opening our pelvic floor is being able to put the stability of our pelvis into our glutes. Most of the day, our glutes are turned off. So if we can start to turn them on, we can start to allow the pelvic floor to relax. Just one more here. Breath out. And then slowly you'll open up to warrior two. Drop your left heel, left toes point to the left. Arms reach front to back. If you find your shoulders are up by your ears, bend your elbows, palms up, and relax your shoulders. The important thing here is your legs and relaxing up here. So maybe this feels good. Maybe you want to connect to heart and womb. We're just going to take a pause. We've done a lot of movement so far. Bending forward in your right knee. Feeling your right knee open up to the right, nice and long through your inner right thigh. You can let your belly be a little soft. Pressing down through your left foot. One more breath in stillness. Let it go. Start to straighten your right leg. Reach your right arm up, left arm down by your left leg. Exhale, bend your right knee, right elbow hovers over your right thigh. Breathe in, straighten right leg, right arm up. Good, finding this little windmill here. Nice and slow like we've been doing most things. Notice the places in your body that feel really stable and strong. The places that are kind of holding this windmill together. Softening your jaw, take one more breath here. Breath out. Pause in your side angle, right elbow to right thigh, and start to turn your chest up a little bit. You can stay here, or maybe you start to scoop your left hand behind your head, opening your chest, opening your left armpit, opening your left ribs and breathing into them. One more breath wherever you are. Breath out. Slowly straightening your right leg, reach your right arm up. Pausing here, take your left foot and scoot it in maybe about 6 inches closer to your right foot. As you're ready, you'll lift your right toes, bend your left knee and lean your chest forward. This is called Rainbow Warrior. Breathing in, lifting up, straighten left leg, right foot down, warrior two. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, Rainbow Warrior, bend your left knee. Breathing in, straighten left knee. Exhale, warrior two. Finding your rhythm. Breath in to lift. Breath out to go to your warrior. Wherever you are, warrior two or the Rainbow Warrior. Notice where you're feeling the strength and stability here. One of my favorite quotes from the book Transformed by Birth by Britta Bushnell, which is what I recommend to all my clients or anyone that I'm talking to about pregnancy and birth. Transformed by Birth is the name of the book. But anyway, she talks about how we need to feel contained and held safely during birth. We need to know that we're safe and that somebody else is taking charge so that we don't have to. So we can let our bodies do what they do best. Just one more here. I know you're probably tired. And then as you're ready, straighten both legs, right foot connects to the earth, lift your arms, and take a little stretch. Maybe you clasp opposite hand or opposite elbow. When you're ready, we'll take a forward fold. Shake out your head. So as you move through these classes tonight, or these postures in class tonight, notice the places that are earthy and strong and stable, the places in your body that are containing you in a way that feels safe and supportive. And notice how those stable, earthy parts allow for the freedom of movement of whatever is fluid and flowing, whatever is flexible and easeful, how it's supported by those strong earthy parts. And as you're ready, you'll lift your chest a little bit, look over to your right foot and turn your right toes back to the front of your mat, walking your hands inside your right foot, and you'll slowly lower your knee, coming into a low lunge here. Hands stay connected to the earth, or if that's really uncomfortable, you can take your hands to your right thigh. And you'll start to circle your hips around in a nice big circle. It's okay if things shift around a little bit. The point here is to open, to feel spacious. Notice where the stability is and where the fluidity is, and how they work together to make one whole movement. Can't have one without the other. A river without banks would just be a pool of water with no direction to go. Good, coming right back to the middle. You'll slowly start to straighten your right leg. You might walk your hands back a little bit and find a nice fold over your right leg right here. Feeling your hamstrings stretch, lengthen. One more breath. Slowly bend back into your right knee. Keep your right hand down and start to lift your chest to the left. Maybe you lift your left arm. If you find this is too much, you can bring your right elbow to your right thigh. That can feel good. Just like the side angle, we had our left leg straight, but you're gonna have your left knee on the floor here. Take one more breath wherever you are. A breath out. Slowly, both hands come back inside your right foot, and you'll slide your right foot to the back of your yoga mat and open up to your side plank. Just taking a couple breaths here. If you want to play with balance and strength building, maybe you lift your right leg. Whatever works for you, take 2 more breaths. And slowly, right hand comes down. Knees come down. Heels towards each other, toes towards each other. Find your child's pose. 2 more breaths. Super slow. You'll find your way into downward facing dog. Take your time. Shimmy your hips. Bend one knee and then the other. Shake your head. If you want to lift a leg, if that felt good, you can do that again. Just finding what feels good for your body right here. One more breath in. Big breath out. And when you're ready, walk your hands and feet towards each other for a forward fold. Big breath in, breath out, and super slow, unraveling all the way up to standing. Nice. You'll come back to the top of your mat. I'm going to make this the top of my mat this time. And you're going to find your feet hips width distance apart. Breath in, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Sit back in your chair pose. Baby hugs up to heart. Tailbone back. Good. Let's do that a couple more times. Breath in, reach. Exhale, chair. Breath in, reach. Exhale, chair. Last one. Big exhale, dropping down. Hugging your belly up to your heart, pause. Press down through your left foot, start to lift your right heel. If you want, you can stay here, or you can come up to balancing on your left foot. Press down to feel that length, to feel the lift upward. Inner thighs are drawing towards each other. Take one more breath. And slowly let your right foot step all the way back. Finding your high lunge here. Finding your balance. Maybe your feet need to walk wider apart. As you're ready, arms come down by your sides. Getting nice and long like an arrow here. Breath in, arms reach up, bend your right knee. Exhale, lean forward, straighten your right knee. Breath in, breath out. As you come up with your arms, down with your knee, feel strong in your glute, long in the front of your hips. Going at the pace of your breath. It doesn't have to look just like mine. It could be a little different. One more. Exhale. Slow opening to warrior two, arms front to back. You're bending forward in your left knee. Find this length in your left inner thigh. Press down into your right foot and start to notice what muscles turn on so that you can bring space into the opposite muscles, right? Arms are either long or elbows bent or hands over your torso. Find what feels good. We're going to be still for about 5 more breaths. Check in with your heartbeat, the ebb and flow of your breath. One more. Let it go. Breath in, straighten your left leg, reach your left arm up. As you exhale, left elbow hovers over left knee bends. Breathing in. Seeing how smooth you can make this, how graceful this movement can be. Grace is this beautiful balance between strength and stability, alongside fluidity and flexibility. When we think of ballet dancers, we think they look so fluid and graceful, right? Like ballet dancers. But wow, they are so strong, right? They make it look easy, like they're light as a feather, but they are dense and strong and stable. So maybe you start to try to embody that, or maybe there's an animal that feels particularly graceful to you. Maybe you start to embody that in these circular movements we're taking. We're gonna switch up the circular movements. Bring your feet a little closer together. We'll find the rainbow warrior. Left toes lift, bend your right knee, lean forward. Inhale, lift, warrior two. So even in these kind of circular movements we're taking here, seeing where you can embody that graceful fluidity and strength. And just finding that rhythm. Noticing your breath. Notice where there's a sense of warmth. Where there's challenge that is helping you grow and build resilience. If there's places that are uncomfortable or painful that you know are not giving you any resilience or growth, then go ahead and leave those behind. You don't need that. Take what feels good, take what grows you, and leave the rest. Just 2 more. We did a lot on the other side. Good. Last one. This time, breath in, lift, let your left toes connect. Maybe you connect hands to opposite elbows. Maybe they come behind your back. Take a couple sways. Maybe let your arms get free. Kind of noodle around. And when you're ready, take a nice forward fold. Just letting it feel good. Feet are as wide apart as you'd like, close together as you'd like. Let your knees be soft. 2 more breaths. As you're ready, lift your chest up just a little bit. Look towards your left foot and turn your left toes forward, hands inside your left foot. Lift your right knee and heel. Slowly then lower your right knee down. Hands stay connected to the earth and start to circle your pelvis. If it would feel better for your hands to come to your knees here, go ahead and do that. Just circling around, creating a little bit of pelvic space. Go the other direction. This is one of the positions I labored in. And in fact, it's one of the positions I birthed my son in. So I highly recommend this one. This circling can also feel really good. Can help baby start to descend and rotate inside of your body. Good, settling back to center, we'll find the hamstring stretch. We'll start to straighten your left leg, bowing your chest just inside your left leg. Taking one more breath. A breath out. Gently, slowly coming back. We're going to slowly sweep the right arm up, finding that kind of side angle with the upper body, even though the right knee is down. You can also come up elbow to thigh if that feels better for you. Find what works. Take another breath. Breath out. Slowly, slowly come back down. We'll find our side plank. Left foot slides back. Gently open up to the side plank here. If you want to lift your left leg, you can, but you can also keep it down. One more breath. And slowly lower your left hand, your left knee, and find a child's pose or another position that feels particularly restorative for you. We'll stay for about 5 breaths. One more wide breath in. The breath out. And you'll slowly, slowly walk back to your body. And you'll gently find your way to your seat. Take a few moments to kind of get your seat comfortable. Let it feel good. When you're ready, your left leg, I'll actually turn to the side. You'll extend your left leg directly in front of your left hip and bring your right ankle just above your left knee on your left thigh. Press your right knee down so you've got a little bit of engagement, and then we're going to stretch. Reach your chest forward, let your elbows rest on your right leg. Check in with your shoulders and your jaw. Take one more breath. And breath out. We'll gently lift your chest and we'll switch sides. Right leg straight, left ankle comes right on top of your right thigh. Left knee presses down. You'll start to lean forward, elbows rest on your shin. Two more breaths. Good, and gently lift your chest. Extend both of your legs, give them a wiggle. And I'm going to scoot back a little bit. We're going to do one more stretch before we do our final rest. For this one, you're going to bring your left shin in so that it's kind of parallel to the front. And you can either keep your right leg here, or if it would feel good for you, if you're capable of it, no worries if you're not. You don't have to do everything every single day. You can bring your right knee to your right side with your right foot a little bit behind you. So it looks like you're making two kind of like parts of a pinwheel that spin around. So you've got these two right here. Press your knees down. You should feel a wide opening in your right inner thigh and a strengthening on the back of your right thigh. Wherever you are, just take a breath in, get nice and long, and fold forward over your left shin. Keep pressing down through both of your knees. This really widens the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, and allows for the base of your right pelvis to gently and slowly kind of widen open. Take one more breath here. A breath out. Gently lift your chest. Extend your right leg, and we'll switch sides. Left leg pulls open. Right shin parallel to the front, and you can either leave your left leg here and fold over the middle, or bend your left knee so that you're taking this kind of pinwheel shape. Press both knees down. Take a breath in, get nice and tall, and then lean forward. You might have to do something a little different on this side. That's totally normal. The two sides of our body are not symmetrical. We have a dominant side and a non-dominant side usually. Just take one more breath here. A breath out. Gently coming all the way back up. Finding a comfortable seat. We'll do a little breath work before we do our final rest. So get in a comfortable seat wherever you are. Maybe you want to sit in a chair if that would feel more comfortable for you. But see if you can let your back be lifted away from anything so that you're sitting up nice and tall, but of your own accord. Just let your hands either rest in your lap or on your thighs in any way that feels good. Let your shoulders start to soften. And if you find yourself trying to like sit up really straight, that you like imagine people to be sitting in really straight, go ahead and kind of shake that off and just let your body sit however it would want to sit right now. You might notice your breath is a little more easeful when you do that. As you notice your breath here, just notice how it comes in and out. One of the best things we can do for ourselves in labor is to notice our breath. And there is no like right way or wrong way to breathe while we're in labor. But being able to notice our breath helps for a couple reasons. One, when we notice our breath, we're able to be in the present moment, and we're able to desensitize the intensity of the contraction. So if we can focus on our breath, that means we're less focused on the intensity of the contraction. So it makes it less painful to our minds. The second thing that focusing on our breath does is it helps us relax. It helps to increase oxytocin, decrease cortisol. It helps our bodies be a little bit more easeful, which helps with the whole process of birth. Taking a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, we'll start to count our breaths. So on your next inhale, you'll count 1. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 6. In 7. Out 8. Breath in to 9. Exhale 10. starting again at 1 and continuing on your own. If you find yourself losing count or going beyond 10, that's okay. Just start again at 1. No worries. If you'd like to stay here, you're welcome to. If you'd like to lay down on your left side or lay bolstered by some pillows for the next few minutes, go ahead and do that. These last few minutes are for you to breathe, for you to rest, for you to connect to yourself and to baby. Slowly widening your breath in, lengthening your breath out. Wiggling fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Taking any stretches, any movements that would feel good for your body. Coming up to seated if you aren't already there. Take your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your womb and bow your head to both. Thank your body for doing all that it does. Give it gratitude and appreciation. Thank you all so much for coming. It's great to be with you, to meet you, to see you. If you have any questions, feel free to stay on and ask. Otherwise, have a beautiful rest of your week, rest of your night. I'll see y'all soon.
Do you mind sharing the name of that book again? You mentioned, you said, I don't know if it was restorative birth or some sort of birth.
I thought I had it up there, but I think it must be down on my other bookshelf. I don't have it up here, but it's transformed
Transform.
by birth.
Transform.
By
Okay,
Britta
thank you.
Verschow. Yeah, it's phenomenal. She uses the element of storytelling in birth education, and it's wonderful. I read it, I think, my 37th week, 38th week. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. See ya.
Yeah. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
Yeah, Andrea.